My name's Eric Welander. Welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about the Eufy Security Home Alarm Kit and is it the right kind of accessories to take your smart home security to the next level. So I've been doing a few videos on smart home security recently, and my last video I talked about the Abode security system that I'm using to keep my home secure with Apple HomeKit. And in a previous video, Eufy sent me their eufyCam 2 system, and I did a review of that. So they recently also sent me their Eufy alarm kit, and this also works with the Homebase 2, the same Homebase 2 that you use with the eufyCam 2, 2C, or 2 Pro, and then it adds some extra accessories that can add functionality either on their own as just a simple security system or in addition to the cameras. This isn't like one of your full-blown security systems with professional monitoring and a monthly service fee, and that can be, a feature or a bug depending on how you look at it. So it's really nice to not have to pay a monthly service fee, but do keep in mind that it's only going to notify you and other people in your, Eufy security household. It's not, going to automatically call the police here in the US to come if you're not able to do anything. It's also not compatible with Apple HomeKit. But I do think there's still some cool automations you can do with this in the cameras depending on the setup you have, which is why I wanted to feature it here on the channel. So if you have an entry sensor, which is like a door or window sensor, if that door opens, then you can trigger a recording on one of your Eufy cams. And I think this is really cool if you, let's say, have a door around the corner. When that opens, you want to automatically catch the recording of it before even the motion starts on that camera. It can give your camera a little bit of a head start. You're able to capture more of the event and hopefully get some more information about it. And the same goes for the motion sensor. So the motion sensor could be around the corner, maybe where your camera can't quite see, but it's going to be like an early trigger for your camera to catch that motion. Now, one of the big notable downsides about this is that both of these sensors, the contact entry sensor and the motion sensor, are not rated for outdoors. eufyCam 2 and 2C, those are great outdoors, but you're not going to be able to put these on, let's say, a gate to your yard or something like that. These are going to have to be indoors, but the Eufy cams also work great indoors, and you could have this, let's say, on your front door, and then the camera outside on your porch gets triggered when that front door opens, even if that front door isn't clearly in the line of sight of the camera. You can buy this as a 5-piece security kit like they sent it to me as, with 2 door sensors, a motion sensor, a keypad, as well as the Homebase 2 to get you started. Or you can also buy any of these accessories individually. So you can mix and match this with maybe a camera system from Eufy that you might want to have all work together. Now, it's important to note that this is all centered around the Homebase 2 system. So Eufy's indoor cams are not going to work with this security system. So a lot of these smart home security systems, whether it's in HomeKit or any of these other individual systems, they have modes that they toggle between. And in Eufy, you can really customize what these modes are. And, so it's armed away, armed home, and then you can create also custom modes, and these can all be presets that then send you different notifications. And so these alarm accessories chain onto that just like the cameras. So, on the cameras you can set, do you want it to record video when it sees motion and, it send you a push notification or not, sound the alarm. And the same goes for the motion sensor and the entry sensors. When the entry sensor opens, if you're in away mode, maybe you want it to immediately sound the alarm on the base station. As I mentioned, you can create custom modes. So maybe you want to have a party mode where everything's off except for one door sensor just sends you a push notification when it opens. Now, as I mentioned, this doesn't work directly with HomeKit, but it also doesn't prevent your cameras from recording also to HomeKit secure video. So just something to keep in mind there, that how this all ties together. Now, any of these recordings created with the automations here in the Eufy app aren't necessarily going to go over to HomeKit secure video. You'll still have to use the Eufy app to view them. So this is really set up around a Eufy app centric way of working with the system rather than using HomeKit as your main way to look at the cameras. So if you want to change modes, you can always go into the Eufy app, of course, but the keypad is a really nice tool to bring that into a physical control on your wall. So of course you enter the PIN code, hit the check mark, and select the mode you want to go into. And then when you walk by this, the keys light up and you get a light up of the mode that you're in. So you know with a quick glance what mode your system is in. After publishing my eufyCam 2 review, a lot of people ask me about using the eufyCam with multiple users. This can be a really nice way to make it so people don't always have to use the app to control the system. They can just quickly go to the wall to do it. Now, I mean, there are some little things I don't like about it, like when you set it up, you can set passcodes, and then after that, there's no easy way to reconfigure or add and remove passcodes, so you can have specific passcodes for different people who come and go from your home. The buttons are really nice. This looks really nice, feels good to touch these buttons, but it's at a slant, which would work great mounted to the wall, and you can mount this to the wall with screws or sticky pads, which is great, but if you want to put it horizontally on a table, it's going to be facing away from you, which is just kind of weird. So just one other small downside, I think. So the door and window sensors work pretty much as you would expect. There's two pieces, and when they move apart, it's registering as an open event. They do have some good leeway in terms of how close they need to be together to register closed. So if you have some trim around your door or window, it should be, you're still able to match them up so it works properly. And, I still don't like these as much as the abode sensors. They're bigger. They have a big fat Eufy logo on them, as well as lights. A light when you open and close, it lights up. And, I just prefer a more minimal design like the abode sensors that have no logos and are a lot smaller. But that said, that's just my own opinion. And these still work fine as entry sensors. So the motion sensor has a cool little ball mount on it. And, it also, I think one of the better things about it is there's some really great coaching in the Eufy app of how to place the motion sensor to get optimal results. I've found with using different smart home motion sensors over the years, placing them is key to how you get it to detect motion reliably. And so that's nice. They also thought through having a mode that ignores small pets. So, I tested that by using it with my cats in the basement overnight, and they didn't seem to trigger the motion sensor. I wasn't getting notifications of motion when just the cats were down here, only when humans also came down. So that can be nice as far as if you want to monitor inside without recording video and without the need to get all these notifications from just your dog or cat running around the home. But of course, both these sensors aren't rated for outside. So even though you can use your eufyCam 2, 2C, or 2 Pro outside, you can't use these sensors outside. Now, I talked about automations earlier, and so that I think is really one of the powerful parts of this system is that, when you have a door open or there's a motion event inside, you can trigger, let's say there's a camera, a eufyCam outside looking through the window that might not pick up on the motion through the window, but you want to grab that recording. You can do fancy things like that with when the motion sensor detects motion, also trigger recording on this camera over here. And that's something you can't do with a motion sensor in HomeKit and a HomeKit secure video camera, at least as of yet. So I think that kind of integration could be really handy if it's something where you do wish your camera could be triggered and sort of see around the corner or when the door opens. That kind of integration is really nice and a nice way if you're already thinking about the eufyCam to take your camera recording to the next level. It'll give your cameras a little bit more of that clip before the actual event happens, so you'll maybe be able to catch, more details about what's going on. But that said, in the big picture of things, I think, I was reviewing the abode system, and that to me is a security system first, And they also have some cameras. In this case, I still see Eufy Security as they are a camera security company. They'll sell you cameras of all different shapes and sizes and types. And then having this alarm system, they're not a security system company, but these are some really nice accessories that I think you might want to consider if you are into the Eufy system, you use the Eufy app to manage your videos, you like having that local, no monthly fee, local recording and no monthly fees. Adding some of these extra accessories can make it easier to change the modes on your cameras. It can make it easier to detect more events around your home. So let me know down in the comments below how you use your eufyCams. Are you integrating them with HomeKit? Are you using them, specifically with the Eufy app, or other ways you keep your smart home secure? Maybe it's, another security system. It's just great to exchange those ideas with other viewers in the comments, and just, I think we can all learn a little bit more about different ways to solve these kinds of problems. Thanks again so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. It does help other people find this video and the channel. Subscribe to see more videos about smart home and Apple tech and automation. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.